Hello, boys and girls of YouTube. Well, basically, I got one thing done. 103 days left, so I guess I'll do some type of updates as I hopefully do things or as days go by. But, yeah. So, fixed coil bracket. So, if you want to take a look at that, here we go. Ooh and ah. And the distributor's just laying in there so this way I can kind of get an idea where the coil is going to be in relation to the distributor and how much room. But long story short, it came out right. This is the crappiest bracket setup I'm sure anybody's come up with, but I don't know. I've had the one part coming off the back of the cylinder head for 30 years. Then that gold bracket sitting around the coil was just attached to that, so it was making the coil on an angle that was actually not great. But yeah, as the picture gets all blurry, but it is what it is. I'll give you updates as I go. Talk to you later. Or the next day, or when I actually do something. Alright, till then. Alright, here we are. 102 days to go, and yep, only a handful of things crossed off the list. Not even a handful. But anyway, making progress. Also added a few things I forgot. Now, obviously, oil and filter would be really a good thing. I need a longer throttle cable. I realized I have to update my seatbelts. Luckily, I do have seatbelts that are good till the end of the year. And the last thing on the list, I'm actually going to put to the would like to do list. And change the transmission fittings, the ones that go to the cooler. They're basically AN fittings, and they're obviously thread in the transmission. It's a 4 LED, so you have, in this particular one, you have one towards the back and one towards the front, and they're 90 degrees. I couldn't put a straight in there, but I have 90-degree banjo fittings, which makes the line sit a little closer to transmission, because if I do that, meaning putting the banjo fittings on, they'll sit a little closer, less likely to, if the motor torques in a weird way, or God forbid I do a wheel stand, which I doubt highly, so don't even think you're going to get that out of this car. But either way, I don't want something coming down, hitting hard somewhere and tweaking something, and then hits the line on the side of the floors somehow. And anyway, I can use the banjo fittings and it'll be a little tighter fit for the lines. That's really what I was getting at. But anyway, so again, here's sorry for the spinning around. Yes, distributors, hallelujah, and the coil fits nicely behind that. The supercharger will fit nicely with the coil, with plenty of room to spare. Also have, I don't know if you can see, let me see if I can zoom in, but yeah, I can. That little gray fitting there, that is the air temp sensor. Yeah, I had to put it there because underneath the supercharger, that's where we really would like to see how hot it gets. So obviously if this was a turbo car, you would put it probably, on the line going into the throttle body or whatever you might have to get the air into the motor. And that's usually a better spot, because unfortunately when you start putting those sensors into manifolds that are close to the motor, they have a tendency to get a little bit of heat soak. So I'm going to try it there. We're going to see what happens. If it doesn't work there, I'm not sure if I have any other options. They don't make like a cooler for this thing that goes underneath it or anything like you see in like other more modern LS motors. They'll put a cooler on the supercharger or around it or something to cool down the air coming in. Well, unfortunately, on this one, I don't have that and don't have the ability. Don't think I haven't thought about it, trying to build something. But again, it would take a lot of effort, and if you haven't noticed, I'm a little slow on doing things. So, nope, that's all I've got for right now for the update. Thanks. All right, here we are, 100 days until Drag Week 2021, and if you saw the previous video, maybe I'll link them together. At 102 days, I was at this exact spot. So go over to the list. Excuse for any shaking. And yes, I have 3 things done. That's it. Nothing added this time, but nothing crossed off. All right. Well, just wanted to add a little bit for the 100 days to go video. Yep, that's where we're at.